So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna learn how to run the position with income report, also known as PWI. That's how your fiscal is gonna call it, PWI, with time card information.
Because these people are doing it from.
Learn to create time cards for all employees. We're gonna learn to print time cards because now that we're going back to school, you guys probably gonna have an actual time card for your employees. I don't know how, if you already have the conversation with the principals, or but maybe it's something that you want to double check since we all going back to regular, right? Well, that's the plan. And then I'm going to show you how to print the time cards and also how to save and share the time cards via Google, the share drive. So the first thing that we're going to go over is how to download, how to run the position with income report that has the time card information. So this is going to make your life so much easier when trying to create the time cards for all your employees. Because some schools have only maybe 40 employees. So, going into every single employee on SAP is not a big deal. But when we have schools that have more than 200 employees, having a roster with all the time card information is going to make your job so much easier. It's gonna cut your time and probably half of it, and it's just gonna make your job easier. So you're gonna go in order for you to run the PWI report. You must have access to the financial tabs. So sometimes if you just backup time reporter, you probably don't have access to this tab. So maybe your SAA can run it for you. So you're gonna log into SAP. You're gonna, on the welcome screen, you're gonna select the financials and tab, financials budget tab. Then you're gonna select SAP budget school front end. Okay, so from there, once you click on the link, it's gonna open this screen that is school budget planning and maintenance. So the part that we're really gonna focus for the PWI, we're gonna go to the bottom and to the reports tab. Highlight the report tab, and you're gonna see 3 columns, and you're gonna see all those reports who are available if you have access to this screen. Okay, so then from the reports, we're gonna select the one that says position with incumbent report. So you're gonna click on it and it's gonna open. So now, and here you're gonna tell SAP, what do you want? What do you want on this report? Because this report has more than one. The data is according to what you need, right? So if you notice in here on the display options, you're gonna leave it highlighted like that, where it says display in grid, okay? But then you're gonna go and to right underneath where it says display in form on the yellow box. To the right, you have the mashdown box. So you're gonna click on it and it's gonna open a menu like this. Okay, so from the menu, you're gonna select the one that says major time card information for the school year. Once you select that one, you just position your mouse anywhere on that line. Okay, so once you do that, you're gonna click the execute at the bottom, which is the green check mark, and it's gonna run the report. Before we do that, okay, so you're selecting that, right? And then we're gonna go to the bottom of the screen where you're gonna click what version do you want. Okay, so this is information that when we're running the PWI, this is information that you must enter. So you're gonna select CMO, that's for current maintenance. Okay, the fiscal year is the year 2022 because we're in a school year 2021-2022. So as the fiscal year, we always use the ending year. Okay, so in this case is 2022. So once you have that information in there, you're gonna go and click the execute to run the report. Okay, so once you do that, so it's really right, only 4 steps to run it. It's gonna come up like this. Okay, it's sorted in alpha. That's the default sorting of the report, but you can change it to your needs however you want it. Do you want to run it by last name? Do you want to run it by functional area? Do you want to do it by position name? It's your decision. Okay, so however you want to do it, the sorting icons are the ones that looks like a cake, layer cake, and then an upside down cake, like the picture on the left. Okay. So once you do that, if you notice in here, you have the personal number, the last name, you have the coffee job, you also have your location code, the 7-digit location code. Of course, all of this is makeup data, okay? But you guys are gonna run your own. And then the fund and the functional area. All this information is that we need for the time cards, right? And you have the position and the position name. You also have the sub area, which include the sub area is the basis of the employee. Is this employee a C basis employee, E basis, A basis? So the first letter that indicates the basis of the employee. Okay. And then the PA indicates what labor unit they belong to. So what's information in here that you need to check also always the sub area, because you want to make sure that you're selecting the right time card for this employee. This report can also be exported into an Excel. Okay. So if you're trying to export it, and I like when you export into an Excel because the data is really easy to maneuver. You can, take out the columns that you don't need. So in here, on the same navigating bar as on the sorting icons, right? This is only the top portion of the report, okay? So you're gonna click what is the sport icon, which is kind of on a spreadsheet with an X. That's the icon. So you're gonna click on it, and it's gonna give you an option. How do you want it? Do you wanna Excel and HTML format? Select the one that says select from all available formats and Excel, because you wanna send it to Excel. It doesn't matter what version of the Microsoft Office you have on your computer. Just select that one, then click the check mark. And it's gonna come up with, they're gonna ask you, how do you wanna save the report? So the first thing that you're gonna do, you're gonna locate the location that you're gonna save it. Do you wanna save it on your desktop? Do you wanna save it on your PC? So whatever, on a flash drive, whatever location you wanna save it, you just have to select it. So you're gonna select the location. Then see at the bottom how it says file name export? It's always gonna come like that. That's the default name, but you can update it. You can put 2021, 2022 PWI time card information, or your school name with the fiscal year, however you wanna save it, something that you're gonna remember. And then you click the save icon to save the report. And it's gonna look like an Excel spreadsheet. You see it in here? Remember the default one is sorted by last name. But remember, Excel is really easy to maneuver. If you notice in here, the employee numbers are all X because I don't want to use actual data. But the information is still the same as the PDF PWI report. Remember the one that I showed you before? I like the Excel version, but you can use whichever you want. Okay, it still have the same info. personal number, last name, first name, you have the funding, you have the functional area, the sub area, and the personal area. So all the information that you need for the time card is in here. Okay, so I'm gonna show you also, if you wanna sort it by position name. So it will put all the titles for the same employees on alpha. So if you notice in here, you have the B&G worker, which is an A basis employee, right? And it gives you the name, and it gives you the employee number, the fund and the functional area, and then goes on to the next one, campus states. And if you notice, because on your campus aid, sometimes they get paid out of different funds. So you may have the same person with two different funds. Do you need to create two time cards for an employee? No, you create one because usually SAP already has that embedded into the time card. So you only need one time card for that employee, and you can enter the two functional lines. So let's say that they're getting paid from 114.49 and also 116.76. So you'll input the functional area, right? The complete functional area for the first one. Let's say 40-8100-11449, and then / and you just add the different program. 11673, because everything else is the same. If you wanna sort it by the functional area, you can also do it. So remember, the beauty of this report that you can use any column to sort it, and that's how it's gonna be. Okay. So the important thing is to check the personal sub area to make sure that we're selecting the right time card for that employee. Okay, so remember the first letter on the column that says personnel sub area is the time card that you're gonna select. Questions?
Let me see.